What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Fumble Live. It's Friday, and I'm so happy about it. This is our final live of the week.
I'm tired, y'all.
Made it.
We're going to be back here on Monday, of course, but in the meantime, you get an hour of discussions from us, your favorite sports reporters and hosts. I'm Devin Howard on Instagram as @DevinHoward.
I'm Jackie Ray everywhere at JRay the Fanatic.
I'm Britt Johnson. You can follow me at I am Britt Johnson. And don't forget, we will be back on tomorrow for the Weekend Zone. So
Right.
don't forget
Very
about the
true.
Weekend Zone. That
True,
is
true.
Very true. And I, Chris, also known as CK2K, will be on said Weekend Zone as well.
Yeah.
And I, Chris.
And I.
Sounded so kingly.
You see how I did that?
I know, you did. All right, so yesterday was Thursday, which I think for a lot of people is the start of the weekend. Did you guys get an early start to your weekend festivities, or was it just another work night?
Just another word.
There's another work night.
What did I do? I don't even remember. Oh, I got my ears
I was
pierced
gonna say,
yesterday.
did you-
My
Oh,
ears
yeah.
are like
Yeah.
been bleeding. So I went in and I'm like, can I get my ears pierced? And I was like, I want 3 on this side and then 1 up here. And the guy was like, wait, right now? Like all of them? And I was like, yeah. And then
Oh my
we
gosh.
did this side and then I was like, I'll wait to do this side so I could like sleep.
I was just going to say,
And
you
one
sleep
side-
on your face.
But
like,
one of them, like, he did it, and then he was like, he did the other one, and he liked the other one better, so he redid the other one. So he like, so I have like an open hole that just keeps like
Oh.
bleeding
It'll heal.
every time I touch it, and
Yikes.
it's so, it's painful.
Bold of you to wear white today. Jeez.
Right.
Just
See a little
dripping on
rip-
my thing.
Drips.
No, but it's only if I like when I'm cleaning in the morning time,
yeah.
it's like fresh blood again. But
Fresh blood.
I don't like, we've had a lot of bodily fluids that we've been talking about on the live this
Well,
week, and I am
specifically
I
what,
mean,
Devin?
the ears.
No, we are
nothing
not
to do
going
with
back to
shit.
that.
I'm not
We're
getting
not
into it.
Do
doing
not
it.
compare my ear piercings to James Harden's
You
shirt.
did what?
Sharks. It was a shark.
Oh my gosh, I'm not doing this again. I refuse. Let's change the subject to something a little bit more palatable, like the fact that we're all color coordinated
Didn't even plan
today.
it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's great. So then
Last Friday we all wear black.
Yep.
this Friday,
We have little.
Team LeBron is
What do you
What do you
coordinated
call
over
that?
here.
Yeah.
Like, it's like goes from
It's
black,
like a-
black to white, white to black to pink, all the way to pink. Like, how did that
Like
work?
I mean, this is like something
gradient.
Destiny's Child would do,
Oh.
you know?
Right.
Yeah, we are
Dope.
Destiny's
Like,
Child.
yeah.
Yeah.
I am not going to be Michelle.
I was gonna say who's getting
I am
stepped
not
over.
Michelle.
Hey, I'm Kelly.
I'll be
Keep walking.
Beyonce.
I'll be
say
Kelly.
Kelly.
I'll be Kelly.
No, I'm Kelly.
You can't be
Kelly's
Kelly.
my favorite Destiny Child.
Well, I'm
She's
sorry.
still the Destiny Child, Beyonce. I see you.
But can I give a shout out to Michelle? I don't know if y'all watch The Masked
Masked
Singer.
Singer.
That girl
She
tore
killed it.
it.
She killed it.
up.
Also want to say,
Man.
Spoiler.
no, that's from last season.
That's
You
from
missed
last
it.
season.
Oh, dang.
If you-
Yeah.
if
How
I'm-
many seasons have they had?
This is
already?
their
Third, fourth,
Fourth
one of the two.
one?
Yeah.
This show's been on for like a year. They're just knocking
Two
their
a
backs
year.
out every
2
quarter.
year, yep.
I don't watch
Right
that show.
after
Oh,
the
you
Super
I
got
Bowl.
watched
to.
the first season. It was amazing, and then
It's
I
great.
haven't caught up since
Oh,
because
it's
I
great.
just am on too many shows.
Yeah.
Love
Was
is
it-
Blind. We all like.
Oh, I haven't gotten into that one yet. But wasn't
particularly love
Victor
shows.
Oladipo on
Yes,
the
and that man
Masked
can
Singer?
sing too.
But I called that
Wait,
from day
who
one. I just want to put that
sing?
out. I called Vic from day
Me too.
one.
When
He
I
did a
first heard
song
that.
with Eric Bellinger. Like I remember I interviewed
Yes,
Victor
and it was
Oladipo
fire.
a
He
couple
did
years
some-
ago, and
Yes.
he did a really good
Well, I
R&B
forgot.
song with Eric Bellinger.
He did a
So
dope song with
good.
Trey
And I want to
Songz.
know if him and Nicole hooked up because she was flirting.
I
with
want to
him
know
the
too.
whole
The entire show.
time.
Yo, if y'all watch Madison, go check out Vic, man.
I
Him and
approve
Jay.
that union, by the way. That would be
Me
cute.
too. That would be
That'd be
dope.
very cute.
Maybe I should watch that season
Yes.
at least. I just saw one of his performances and I knew he was, I forget what tipped me off, but I was like, that's Victor Oladipo. I hadn't seen anything else. I just knew.
Leave The Bachelor, move over to Masked.
Yeah,
I
but,
can't.
oh,
I love The
man.
Bachelor.
Leave it.
It's my
I have
guilty
never watched
pleasure.
The Bachelor.
Never,
Bachelorette.
not
I
once
can't.
have I watched that.
It's a
Never, not
ridiculous.
once.
It's a
We're like one of
ridiculous
the
show.
few.
I'll
Yeah, for me,
admit.
man.
Have you watched it?
No.
Oh,
Never
good.
not
Okay.
give it a chance.
Okay. We've
Right.
never
I'm the
watched it.
outlier here. It's okay. I get to talk with our producer about it. We're both obsessed. So.
No, they were talking about it like it was real people. I was like, who are y'all
Well,
talking
they are.
about?
They are. They're not like cartoon characters. They are.
They're real people doing real fake stuff.
Anyways, back to sports.
Yeah, let's actually talk about sports. We're going to be getting into a specific moment from this game later on. I think it's coming from you, Jackie. But Steph was back against the Warriors. So unfortunately,
me
he
with
really
the
wasn't.
No, it was dope. Sorry.
love it.
Yeah, no, we're all excited. LeBron tweeted at him and said, I'm glad to see that you're back.
Yes.
The game missed you. Unfortunately, having Steph wasn't really the...
Well, we knew
Kickoff
it wasn't
that
going to
they
be, but it
needed.
was still fun, though.
It was fun.
Yes.
Yes.
Too.
How do you guys think he did? I'm just curious.
I mean, Look, like I said yesterday, he's just fun to watch. It was literally watching, and I'm going to talk about it later, but it was literally like watching a kid run into Toys R Us and all their favorite toys were there. His face was lit up. It was just a good time. Yeah. I loved it. He did not look like, I thought he might be a little hesitant at times, but he looked good to me.
Yeah.
He shook the rust off at that first half.
Yeah.
The second half, he looked like his old self. In 27 minutes to play the way he played.
23 points.
Yeah.
I was glad they didn't OD it on the time, you know.
I was
hoping he was going to play around 25 minutes and with, you know, he did about just that.
Secret did a good job with it, too, so he was still able to close the game, too. Like, it was fun. It was fun to watch.
We have Dayemi in here. This is a big statement. Curry brought back life to the NBA.
I agree with that.
I don't know if it's...
I agree with that.
Let's
because
start with the Warriors
gone.
first. I don't know if it brought back life into the NBA in one night.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm going to co-sign on it. I'm not going to fully jump in it, but I would
Just
say
last night, though?
Because the thing is, like, everybody was talking about it. Everybody wanted to see Steph. People who have kind of tapped out because their team is trash were talking about Steph. You know what I mean? And that's what I've been saying. We don't have that juggernaut. And no, the Warriors are not that juggernaut again. But you have remnants of it now. And now you have this guy that does these incredible shots, and he's just fun.
Yeah.
Maybe he brought the fun back. Maybe I can say that. He brought the fun back to it.
As a Clipper fan, I've been having a lot of fun. So
not that cute Steph little guy fun, though. It's fun.
I think it was a step.
Watching him play is exciting. You can tell that he really does love it, which makes me, you know, we were kind of making fun of how he has this persona of being like the golden child, like just loves the game, and you know, maybe he really does. I think he does.
No doubt in my mind that he does and all that, but at the same time, it's like you gotta call him out in his Curry moments when he's doing just the right thing to make sure that we are like, oh, Steph.
Right.
Yeah.
Look what I can do.
Yeah.
Hey, it works on me. It works on me. We have the chat going off. Anthony says Steph did great, but he keeps in his mind to manage his body and just play without forcing himself, so to be 100% ready for playoffs and level up his game as he used to. Curry is
ready
super
for what playoffs?
I was gonna say.
I know. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Next year's playoffs.
He's looking in the future.
We have Curry is super fun to watch. It's just how his energy is contagious.
Exactly.
Just glad he's back, no matter how
his
he
approach
plays.
to the whole game is just he's just a fun dude to watch, man.
Yeah. Okay, well, before we get into the need to know news, let's just get a quick update on what you all have planned for the weekend. Anything?
I'm going to a 1-year-old's birthday party.
Wow,
in
exciting.
San Diego.
It's going to be lit.
Is there going to be like a lot of other 1-year-olds surrounding?
Actually, it's weird because I'm going to a 50-year-old's birthday party tonight, and then tomorrow I'm going to
Let us know which one you have more alcohol at.
It's one of my best friends. It's her son, and then I was just like, so where is the party at? Because I need an Uber there. Like, I need to know how far the Uber is. And then she was just like, yeah, Uber, because we're going to be drinking. And I was like, I know. Like, you're my friend. Of course you're going to.
That's what's up,
It's
man.
like usually baby birthdays is like more an adult party.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, kids, go in that little square box over there. Where's
Right, and
the
jump
tequila?
around. Yeah.
What are you doing, Jackie?
I've had such a crazy week. Oh, you know what? I take that back. I'm going to a 50-year-old's birthday party. Are we going to the same party?
You guys
Brown?
are-
Yes.
Oh, I'll see you there.
Wait, seriously? That really just happened?
That's really funny.
We're together. I was going to say that. I was like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to that party tonight. And then I have brunch.
I was going to be like, what you wearing, girl?
We're going to coordinate. You're going to see pictures. But
That is
I'm going
hilarious.
to brunch with some friends. We try to catch up, like, once a month. It's so weird in LA, though, because even though we all live in the same city, one lives in Sherman Oaks, another one lives in the South Bay, and so we literally have to plan when we see each other, like coming over that hill.
Especially with that traffic.
Yeah, people are like, okay, let's plan a day, so we're gonna get together and do brunch.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, I will see you later.
Yes, girl.
That's crazy.
Chris, what are you doing this weekend?
New York. This is New York weekend.
Yeah.
Going to the game on Sunday. Unfortunately, they're having an event tonight as well as Sunday, and I'm not going to be able to make that one, but shout out to him. I'm excited. It's going to be dope.
For those of you missing, he's going to New York to go to a Knicks game. He's been talking about it. They have, what is the thing again?
Well, the New York Germany squad is coming in for the first time in like 2 years. So we're, me and a few other Knicks content creators are going to be going in and spending some time with them. It's going to be dope.
That's awesome. Are you going to whisper chant, sell the team?
I will not. I will be enjoying my box seat and just not saying a damn thing.
Yeah,
Good.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'll be fine to chant it. No.
Yeah.
Those guys can come through like, what y'all saying here, huh? No. I'm excited. It's going to be dope. And it's against the Pistons, so we'll actually probably win the game, so it'll be dope.
Nice. So there's something in the chat you want to call out? I saw that too.
I was like, I wasn't going to call you, but I told Devin. I thought we was going to bond on a different level, but he said, about to enjoy watching LeBron and AD cry the entire weekend. Sorry.
I'm not so confident about that. I feel like they could, hopefully they win something.
I want you back in this chat on Monday, Tevin. We can have another conversation
Yes. Well, speaking of the Lakers, let's talk about LeBron James and what motivates him. And hint, it's not league MVP. He's actually on a mission to be the best player in the world. So he's really not motivated, or he doesn't push himself to get these season accolades. Like, he doesn't care about being league MVP. That's just a byproduct of the time and effort that he puts into practicing and working on his body. We have a clip here that I want to play just because he explains it himself, so you can listen. So, Leo, why don't you throw that up there?
Season MVP has never motivated me. To be the best to ever play the game has motivated me and has resulted in me being able to be league MVP a couple times. But I've never gone into the season saying, okay, league MVP is what I want to be. I'm going into the season saying, okay, I want to be the MVP of this team. I want to be the best player in the world, and how I approach my game every day, how I take care of my body every day, has resulted in things like that.
What?
All right.
Okay, so he's 35 years old, but he's obviously still a top performer in the league. And, I mean, the fact that he's even up for league MVP against someone like Giannis, who's 10 years younger than him, is pretty impressive.
I agree.
Yeah, but do you feel like that his lofty goal of being the best player in the world is really even attainable? Do you think he'll, like, what? I want to know all your thoughts on this, and I know it's going to be a divided table, which I'm looking forward to.
My mom used to listen to, Casey Kasem, is that his name? They used to do the top 40 countdown. Whatever. Yeah. He used to always end it with, whatever you do, shoot for the moon, and if you miss, at least you'll be amongst the stars. So my mom used to always drill that into me, and I think LeBron, to even say at 35, do I think that he's going to be the best player in the world at 35? That is a huge feat.
Yeah.
If I think anyone can accomplish it, it would be LeBron. But that is a huge feat. You have all these younger, faster guys that are coming up. Freaks of nature. Giannis, he's called the Greek freak for a reason. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I care either way that he said this, but I do love that he says the way I eat, the way I train my body, my whole entire lifestyle is geared to at least allowing me the opportunity to get there. You know what I mean? So do I think he'll achieve it? I think he's already achieved it. I do think the torch is passing.
Yes.
But I think he's already achieved it. There was a time when we remember it was like, 2-3 years ago, he said, because I have confidence in my team because I'm the greatest basketball player in the world. And that was a fact at that time. It's not going to be a fact forever. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I think the fact that he's trying to continue that narrative, I think it's dope.
I mean, it's something to keep him motivated. You know what I'm saying? You're 35 years in the league. You've done a lot of things in your career. 35 years in the league. 35 years old.
Feels that way
sometimes. Right. You've done so many things. You have a great resume. So what I took away from him more so than, him thinking that he's going to be the best player, blah, 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 was the fact that he's still motivated at this stage in his career. And I feel like that's the biggest thing there. I don't believe him, though. I'm gonna throw that part in there.
Like, you don't believe that
he doesn't care about league MVP.
I don't believe
I that's exactly what I was going to say. I think he especially cares about league MVP. Like I don't think
he cares anymore.
And I think there's a very fine or an interesting point to say if your definition of the best. I don't even think that that's a thing. The best player in the world. There's the greatest of all time, which is obviously clearly Michael Jordan. But then you go into, the best two-way player, the best guy that can play a 1 through 4, the best guy. Like, there's so many best players, So to even say, like, I think I would have been more like, I want to be the best player I can be, or whatever the case is, the best play, like, that's just a weird thing to even say. Like, that's even a weird, I've never even heard that word.
Yeah. I think he said what he said. You know what I mean? And I think because.
But you don't think he doesn't care about the MVP?
I think at this point he doesn't.
So I think it's just like, it's an evolution. Just like what we cared about when we were in our teens, we don't care about now because you reach these milestones. So I think that he understands that MVP, while it's amazing, it's likely going to go to someone who is younger.
So do you think? Do you think he doesn't care because he doesn't feel like he's gonna get it? Is that why he's
that was what you said about rookie of the year?
So maybe, and I totally can co-sign on that. It could be because he doesn't think he's gonna get it. It could be because he's already got it. It could be because he's 35 and damn it, he's tired. He's got other things to worry about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it could be a lot of things.
I think he's way more into the race than a lot of people give him credit to be. Like, I know everybody's running away saying it's Giannis, but I feel like LeBron's right there because for everything he's done is the opposite of the reasons why he didn't get MVP in the past.
Right.
He's in the East Coast, this and that. It's easier to do that. He's doing those same things almost better because he's leading the league in assists and stuff like that in the West Coast with the number 1 team in the league. So I don't think it's as, black and white that Giannis is going to be the MVP. I feel like this is the right thing to say in that instance because I think it comes off a little bit Steph Curry-ish, where it's like, okay, look at LeBron. He's such a stand-up guy. He just cares about being a better him. He doesn't care about the awards and da-da-da-da. I feel like he had to say something like that.
I mean, no matter what you do, no matter what field you're in, you want that accolade. You want to be recognized for being the best. So I get what you're saying. Like, I don't think that it's like he doesn't care. I just think at this point in his life, he realizes that's a feat.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's that hard of a feat. You're talking about MVP or being the best in the world. Which feat are you talking about?
I think he's already accomplished best in the world.
Oh, so you're thinking that MVP is a feat?
I think MVP, yeah, because it's a popularity contest sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think
narratives
that,
and
I don't know
sure.
if LeBron is the most popular. So I think for him, it's like now. And I think he should be. At 35, you need to be concerned about being the best. Maybe he should have said it like you said. Maybe he should have said best I can be.
But
at the end of the day, like I said, aim high. Shoot.
See, I feel like when you reach this stage in your career, he's been in the NBA for so long, he's a veteran. I don't know that receiving an individual honor is going to be the motivator for him. I think that, sure, it matters. Sure, it would be great. I'm sure he'd love that. But I don't think he's going into each season being like, gotta walk away with MVP.
I feel like but because he's trying to be in these conversations with the greats, you have to, at that point, when you get older, you're looking to like, okay, my Hall of Fame acceptance speeches and all that kind of stuff. You're looking to like where you compare to Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and all these other guys. So then you get to a point where like, oh shit, like I need more things because I need to be more like this player. I need like those accolades. Because once you get to the Hall of Fame, that kind of stuff does matter. Like, of course, LeBron's going to be a Hall of Famer, but like, where does he fit on the list of things? And those always come into play, especially in basketball.
Yeah, and being the most valuable player also ties into being the best in the world. And, you gotta, if you get the MVP, that helps in that argument that you're stating right there in the same interview.
I see that. All right, well, let's get into some other Lakers news. Dion Waiters. Okay, so he might...
I just don't get it.
Jackie just made a Chris statement before Devin could even get the thing out. Oh, my God.
Okay, let's talk about this because looks like he's getting another chance, but the Lakers have him on a short leash. So he was suspended for the Heat season opening game. President Pat Riley cited unacceptable and unprofessional incidents for the reason they suspended him. Could have been that preseason spat between Dion and the head coach, and then he was suspended for 10 games for conduct detrimental to the team. Reportedly had a panic attack due to eating some, I guess, not good edibles. I'm not sure. Suspended a third time for 6 games when he told the Heat he was sick, but posted a picture of himself on a boat, and then was part of that trade with Iggy to the Grizzlies and was waived. But I guess he's getting another chance. Might have found his spot on the Lakers.
Devin, that was such a good setup.
I mean, it's like such an up and down. But maybe he's here. Maybe he's going to be getting that opportunity to shine or redeem himself, whatever it is. Rob Pelinka used to be his agent, so there's some chemistry that's already there. I don't know. What are your expectations for this? Like, I want to hear all about it.
Low. Very low.
Yeah, I have 0 expectations.
It's just one of those things. I honestly was not kidding. Like, I don't get it. I get that it's probably a Rich Paul thing. It's like some sort of
the Pelinka thing is, to me, I think it's pretty big in that.
Yeah, I think so
giving
too.
him that chance.
Right, but I mean, I don't really have a lot to say about that. It's just one of those things that I just don't understand. It goes back to one of those moves. Like, what is your end game? You have serious needs. You have areas that you need to improve on. Deion Waiters just doesn't do. What's the plan?
Well,
I feel like they're sabotaging themselves. Like they don't.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys actually want to win the championship?
They're trying so hard to
not win.
I guess, right? But to improve their bench, but improving it with the wrong people. Like, I'm glad you guys got Markieff Morris, but it wasn't the twin you wanted. And let's be real, he's not the same as Marcus Morris.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They set you up to get the twin.
And that's the thing. And there's guys out there that you guys can be getting, but they can make decisions like this. I don't know. I don't know. There's also rumors and stuff that there's
JR supposedly
that they're going to make a spot in the end of game both. Sure. But
I was going to mention that there might be another spot on the roster opening up for JR.
For Earl, get my boy on the roster, man. Come on, JR.
Well, I know with Deion that they're hoping that he can make some shots from the outside, and the plan is that he's by doing that he's going to boost the championship.
Can I say something about the Lakers too with that?
Do.
Why is no one talking about the fact that the Lakers are aggressively trying to bring somebody in to help Kyle Kuzma out? Because if Kyle Kuzma was the player that everybody boosted him out all offseason, all the way up to now, if Kyle Kuzma was that player, the Lakers wouldn't be in such a need to find another guy to make their own shot.
Right.
So I feel like there are other issues other than what's going on right now with the Lakers trying to get these kind of players that they're trying to get.
So maybe we should talk about why Kyle Kuzma isn't that. Because he has sparks of it. He has those moments where we're like, there's the Kyle we thought he was going to be.
I think because people don't point that out, like we were speaking to yesterday, because the league's getting whatever soft or whatever. We aren't telling players when they're not doing well in a certain aspect. Kyle Kuzma was an all-star. Like, how does a guy like that become like an all-star type of player where people are looking at him like, we want this guy to be like.
That's how they're looking at him.
The guy, you know, everybody. I literally never hear anything negative about Kyle Kuzma. Like, everybody puts him on this pedestal that he's this guy, but is he that guy?
Do you think they are trying to do that because they're like, okay, there's a reason why he's the one we didn't ship away, and we want him to be. But wanting somebody to be something versus them being something are two different things. And if you are not, because sometimes that constructive criticism is what gets you to that level.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean? And if you're just saying, oh, you know, it'll get there. It's not there. You need to be the first one in the gym, last one out. You need to start putting in the work. And I personally don't see that he's putting in the work. I see his social media blowing up with non-basketball things, but I don't see him putting in the work.
We have seen him in the hair salon, switching up that hair color, but
getting that top ramen hair.
Top ramen.
So we have Anthony in here. I know we're talking about Kuzma now. I want to get back to Deion, but Anthony says Kuzma's a good clock managing player and can make any team good. So that's the most positive thing I've heard about him so far.
That requires a certain level of leadership and consistency. That we haven't seen, so I don't know if I'm gonna say.
And I didn't want to just bring him up for naught, but I feel like he is one of the key factors why the Lakers are in a position where they're now bringing in a Deion Waiters and a J.R. Smith when they could have been more aggressive to get other guys that would have made more sense if Kyle Kuzma was doing his side or what he was supposed to be doing.
So, question:
up to this point.
Did they not believe that then? Did they believe that Kyle Kuzma was that guy?
It seemed like
or were they just like trying to not bring light to it? Like, did they personally see that?
And I almost feel like this is bringing light to it.
Maybe he'll just work on it.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
think
like
so.
almost
Yes,
a little too late now. Like,
but I feel like
so great guys.
and they're not going to say that. But I feel like these signings and these, what they're going after, that is bringing light to it right now, saying like, oh man, we do need some more help on that offensive end because the offensive
they should have realized that obviously before the trade deadline. When they could have actually gotten some guys or even signed people like. The Clippers have been able to steal from you guys.
Well, is there anybody that you feel could boost the Lakers roster for their playoff run?
I've said it in the offseason. I believe it still now. I don't understand why Jamal Crawford was not a thought.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
It's day one.
Yeah. But as far as like other players that are like not with the team right now, absolutely not. People have been scooped up. They should have made that opportunity, or they had that opportunity before the trade deadline, and they did not.
Reggie Jackson was another one that I thought would have been great for them because to get that extra scoring point guard that they could use, but they were.
And that confused me about the Lakers because you're the Lakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have these opportunities and you just let them.
Yeah,
go.
it's weird.
I need.
Because it's not hard to like say, hey, you want to come play for the Los Angeles Lakers?
We're good
it's
again.
It's not a hard team to like get people to go to, even if they're not very good. You know what I mean? Like people want to come play in LA. They want to play for the Lakers, you know. And imagine like a guy like Dion right now who just had all the issues that he had, and he could possibly get a ring this year
in the same year.
Now, did we clear up the bike incident? So he did. Did it?
I don't think.
I have no idea. I don't know, man.
All right. Well, before we dive too deep into that weird mystery.
Yeah, right.
Let's get
that
into
weird saga.
Yeah, that very bizarre. Let's talk about Bradley Beal. So Bradley. We were talking about this in our Fumble chat this morning. He wants to finish his career with the Washington Wizards, apparently. Says he is, quote, all about the team and trying to win. He says having his jersey retired in Washington was a huge factor for him re-signing with the team. He admires athletes like Kobe and D-Wade, how they stayed in one situation for a long time. He kind of wants to follow in their footsteps. Says he hates change. He said, quote, yeah, I can go to Boston, I can go to Toronto, I can go to Miami, but what would that look like? It wouldn't necessarily be my team to where now I'm in a situation in Washington where I'm being built around. So it seems like he wants to build the team and stay there, but is he actually going to stick to this statement, or do you think an attractive enough offer could get him away?
I don't think it's his team. It's John Wall's team. Mm-hmm. Like, let's be very clear. John Wall is injured right now. That's why Bradley Beal's had that chance to step up, but the Wizards have never intended to build a team around Bradley Beal. Like, he's always played second fiddle to John Wall. Period, point blank. D-Wade actually played for several other teams, but obviously had his long stint with Miami Heat, but he still didn't play his entire career with one franchise. So it's very few and far between where you see guys like a Tim Duncan or like a Kobe Bryant who played their whole entire career, especially once they start getting older or whatever with the same team.
And Kobe requested a trade too.
And those are big name guys, you know what I mean? And yes, Kobe did actually want to get traded. He actually wanted to play for the Clippers as well. So it's like, I don't see a guy like Bradley Beal like getting, it's never going to be his decision to make that if he stays with the team.
But why not?
Because he can get traded.
Well, but before even any of that, we've talked about this. Because he decided to extend and sign with the same team. So
yeah, but he wanted to stay there.
Well, and
that's fine. I'm not mad at him for wanting to stay there and then being upset that the team's losing. Whatever, big deal.
So you're not mad at the fact that he wants to stay. Like, I'm cool with the loyalty. I mean, you know, to an extent. But I'm cool with you wanting to be the guy of your team. But then I'm not cool with then in the same breath then complaining that you're not getting help.
So I agree with that because obviously we all know Dame Lillard is a guy that's always said that he's going to stay with the Portland Trail Blazers for as long as he possibly can, and he wants to be loyal to that franchise. Obviously the Blazers are not even a playoff contender right now. Is Dame complaining? No. So that is a good point that you're making because Bradley Beal, like, you should, because I know he even compared himself to Dame in that thing, like, I'm loyal to that.
And I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But also follow Dame's aspect and the fact that he's not complaining when his team isn't.
Dame got injuries too, man. That's the only reason why the Blazers aren't where they are. They got a lot of injuries, and you can say the same thing about John Wall. Like, stop trying to bring the attention, but then also backtrack by like it just.
Do you think he wants a shift? Because of this John Wall injury, is he hoping for a shift that it does go from being John Wall's team to his team, and they will legit build a team around him?
I'm sure.
I think it's possible.
You know what? You're right. It could be possible, but I hope not. I hope not. I don't know.
But here's the thing: do you feel like his loyalty is genuine, or do you think if something happens, he could just decide like, yeah,
I
want
genuine
that
at this moment because he's the one that chose to re-sign that extension, and I mean it's $35 million a year, so it's a good contract. But
right.
That was his decision. Everyone expected him to leave after last season, and he didn't. So that was his choice to make. So as of right now, yes, obviously the older the man gets, he might just change his mind. I don't think it's like a difference in his loyalty to the team. I think as you said earlier, when you grow, your priorities change and you want different things.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool though. I think that, we sometimes I miss that. You don't get a lot of that loyalty stuff. And those loyalties also build those rivalries that we were talking about yesterday.
Exactly.
And so I think it's a beautiful thing. I think that we probably think it's weird because when we think of, okay, who do I want to be loyal to? We do think of like the Lakers, the Warriors, even the Clippers.
And that's why I feel like it is genuine because he was sought after. Like everybody wanted Bradley Beal. Everybody was getting their money together to hopefully go after him when he was going to be a free agent. So I do believe it's genuine because he decided to re-sign with this team. So I don't think...
Knowing at that moment that he was still the second fiddle guy, just because John Wall's had his injuries or whatever is the reason why he's been able to step up and have these back-to-back 50-point games and stuff like that. But he knew going into that he wasn't the guy that the team was being built around.
Right. It's kind of like what we were talking about the other day when I asked you all if you'd prefer to be an average player on a powerhouse team or a star player on an average team. And it looks like even though he's maybe not necessarily the star player, it sounds like he's enjoying being the top guy.
I feel like his complaining is like he doesn't enjoy it right now. Like he's
exactly.
No one enjoys losing.
It's so flip-flop.
Like no one enjoys losing.
You can be upset about losing.
But like the same thing like Britt said with the whole Damian Lillard thing, like they don't enjoy losing, especially coming out. You were in the Western Conference Finals last year.
But don't complain about it.
Exactly, because you got injuries.
You shouldn't have a meme with your salty face after you just had a 52-point game or something.
The situation.
Well, that was funny.
Handle it better.
But I get it. Scoring that many points, he did say something to if I need to get 20 assists in a game to help my team win,
or
that's
60
what I'm gonna,
points,
or 60 points, that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
So I love that he's all about what I need to do to help the team win. But I totally agree with you guys. Like, okay, you made the choice to stay. You could be in a winning situation right now.
Right now.
You decided not to be.
Exactly.
So don't complain about it.
Say less.
Just keep playing, putting up your numbers, and that's what it is.
Yeah. I've seen some people in the chat say that he really does need to be on a championship-winning team. So I don't know. It sounds like
with that.
Yeah.
Maybe he just really loves it there.
He's where
maybe he
I love DC myself.
I've always wanted to live in DC, so I can totally see. Like, look, I'm just gonna play with this team, make this millions and millions of dollars. And then just talk a lot of stuff, too.
Yeah. All right, well, to wrap up our Need to Know News segment, let's talk about the games that we have coming up this weekend. A bit of a playoff preview. Tonight, we have the Bucks facing off against the Lakers. But what are you guys excited to watch? Who do you think's winning? Let's just do a quick little chat about all that.
Can somebody on this table explain to me what the playoffs are? I don't know what the playoffs is. Playoffs like, is that more basketball? Like, I'm a Knicks fan. I don't know what the playoffs are.
I feel like everyone in the chat should just give Chris a cyber hug right now.
Oh my god.
Okay, Bradley Beal.
I was going for that was my Steph Curry. That was my Steph Curry. I was trying to get some points. I was trying to get some points right there.
So I think this is going to be great weekend. Obviously, the biggest game is going to be Sunday for me, the Clippers and the Lakers game. I feel very bad for the Lakers this weekend, not because, listen to what I have to say, because they are tonight having to play the Eastern Conference first place guys. Yeah. On Sunday, they're going to have to play the Clippers, who are currently in second and have already beat them 2 times. So it's like, I hope they enjoyed their couple days off that they just had, because that's a lot of intense basketball that they have to play in a short amount of time. My Clippers played against the Rockets yesterday, murdered the Rockets yesterday, and we don't play again until Sunday. So we get to relax. That's only going to benefit the Clippers in that situation because Kawhi and PG and everybody gets to just chill and relax.
And chilling.
Yeah. So
I tell you what, though, if you're really trying to be the best basketball player in the world, you need to come out with 2 W's this weekend.
That's a fact.
I mean,
that's true.
And you know I love you, LeBron, and I believe you can come out with these W's, but you walk away, and I mean, I get it. If it's close, maybe we can give them a pass. You know what I mean? If it goes into overtime, But honestly, you got to come out with 2 W's, especially since you've already lost to the Clippers twice, and the Clippers have done everything. Yeah. They have literally formulated their team, so they are the ones to beat now. So if you got to come out of this weekend with 2 W's.
I would say they don't get 2 W's this weekend.
Then I'm not going to be here on Monday.
What do you think for LeBron James is going to be the bigger feat, to go against Giannis because he is the guy he's kind of trailing for NBA MVP right now, or to go against
Kawhi?
I think it's Kawhi and the Clippers. And the reason why I say Kawhi and the Clippers is because the Clippers, to me, are the team to beat. You know what I mean? And so they have, like I said, they have formulated their team to be the best. I think the Giannis thing it's the Eastern Conference, so it won't carry as much weight as the Clippers will. So I think the Clippers, if you only get one, it has to be against the Clippers. But I still think,
especially since they haven't beaten the Clippers yet
this
season, they're 2.
I was
They're
bummed.
0-2.
They haven't beat the Bucks yet either.
Yeah.
The Bucks tore them up the first game they played each other.
So I think it's going to be so interesting to see Kawhi and LeBron, because Kawhi actually his whole entire career has been really good at defending LeBron James.
Correct.
So LeBron, if he wants to have a game where he chills a little bit more and really steps up, it is that Clippers-Lakers game. Because even when they played each other in the NBA Finals 2 years in a row, actually, when LeBron was on the Miami Heat at the time, the first time Heat won, second year was like Kawhi's third season in the
That's when he
league.
was waking up.
Murdered LeBron James. He was all over LeBron James, and this is like a 21-year-old Kawhi, you know? This is before Kawhi has ever won an All-Star award, before he was a back-to-back.
Before his system was updated, before the Kawhi system was updated.
Yeah. And then obviously in these first 2 games, Kawhi was all over him too.
Yeah.
So I think that is going to be the game. If LeBron's taking less minutes one of the 2 games, it needs to be that game tonight.
100%
I agree.
Because they meet again in April, right? So they need to split. It needs to be.
You're talking about
the
Clippers.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be right after the final game of the season, because
So-
it's that game that they're making up
makeup
from
game.
the COVID thing.
So we lost 2 to the Clippers. We need to split.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping that we take home the win with the Clippers, and I want to say I'm confident. I want to be loyal to my Lakers, but I kind of feel like I think
I'm
tonight's game is.
I'm gonna come in all black on Monday if we lose. I'm gonna be in straight mourning.
Yeah, you're gonna be
have
in
a veil, the whole thing.
We need to both of us put on all of
There
our
we
lucky
go.
gear that we have on for tonight.
My LeBron
Sunday.
pants. Maybe I should wear those to the party.
Watch LeBron.
Look at her face.
Have fun.
Brit gonna act like she has
I think
no idea what
we
you are.
should watch the game tonight first, just to see.
Right.
Maybe if you guys win tonight, I don't know.
Right.
But
Look, Britt's gonna be like, I have never seen
Nah.
that girl before in my entire
Yeah.
life.
I'm
Watch,
trying to take pictures. I'm like, I don't know this
her.
security.
Gonna do me like Spike Lee? Oh God!
Well, okay, so
Oh,
we've
no.
already gone pretty in depth with the 2 Lakers games that are happening this weekend. Any other games you are looking out for? You're excited to see? Any predictions?
Will we get more Steph Curry on Saturday? I guess that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I think so. The Jazz is playing the Celtics tonight or tomorrow.
I think it's tonight.
Tonight or
Oh,
tomorrow.
boy, fact check this. I think it's tomorrow,
I think that'll be a pretty interesting game as well. But nothing's gonna be bigger than like this. Clippers
Yeah,
game
man.
on Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Any college games you guys are looking forward to?
No. Like now
Not
it's
yet.
like when they're starting into their tournament time or whatever, all the tournaments or whatever, to see who wins the ACC and whatever.
Yep.
Because we're right around the corner from
It's almost time.
March Madness starting.
It's
So
almost
college is another thing, because there's been a lot of really like top teams, like Baylor went down, losing to like TCU and like all these random
Your
schools.
boys, like UNC,
Yeah.
having a rough
UNC
season.
is terrible this year,
Yeah,
so
man.
we're not making it to the tournament at all, unfortunately. But
That's crazy.
yeah.
There's a funny comment in here from Joshua Thompson who says, have Drake wear a Kawhi jersey. Maybe we can get him to do that.
Hey,
get that
that's a
Drake
good
curse
idea.
going. All right, well, I think...
He will curse something. What?
The twinkle in Jackie's eye when she heard that, she's like, hey, Dad.
I'm literally about to
That
send him
made
a
her
day.
that Drake curse.
Drake, this is for me.
All right, let's wrap up all the news that you need to know going into the weekend, you guys. And Chris, take it away.
Post up.
Post up.
With your boy Chris. All right, so we're going back to my guy Snacks. We talked about Snacks on Wednesday, and he's back in the news. If you guys remember, I said on
Snacks a
Wednesday,
whole meal.
yes, Snacks came in, stole the show, got his. Look him checking in. Hold on, I want you guys to see the shot. Okay, Snacks is checking in. He's not a player, guys. He's a
He's a whole snack.
Right. He is the student manager. Oh, here, watch it. Yeah, Gak. Wow.
Deep three.
That's what I'm
Like, that is
saying.
a
Yeah.
really deep three.
So the story continues when it comes to this is my favorite. I'm sorry, I love this part so much. Everybody in my body, he's still celebrating, and he's still celebrating. Go ahead, Snacks.
The ball's already been back and forth.
Yes, but right here you can see he's holding that ugly Brooklyn Nets jersey signed by Kevin Durant. And the story behind that is Kevin Durant saw the original post. He retweeted it, showed Snacks some love. And then I love the gesture. Hate the jersey, but I love the gesture by KD. it also turns out that KD is Snack's favorite player. He wears
Yeah, he
35
wears
gold,
35, yeah.
wears the shoes, and you know, I say all I gotta say to you, KD, but your new shoes are the most comfortable basketball shoes in the game right now. I got a pair myself because I was thinking you were gonna be a Knick, but that's neither here nor there.
It's like before you know she don't say yes.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, no, shout out to Snacks getting that love. You know, he posted that picture on his IG talking about this week has been a whirlwind. Yeah, also went
on TV,
man, going on
like,
TV, letting that shot fly. Like, man, Snacks is eating it up. No,
Good one.
all
He's going to end up
deserved.
being in a Tyler Perry movie before the end of the
Yo,
year. You know this, right?
Leave him
Look, I
alone.
promise you.
Oh,
Write it
my
down,
God.
y'all.
Like
Keep the
Medea's
receipt.
son?
Yeah. He gonna be on
That
the
she
Tyler
never knew
Perry
she
movie.
had.
Well, that boy like to
Okay,
eat.
Medea Jr.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, Snacks, shout out to Snacks KD. Moving on. Now these next two have to do with Jackie's boy, LeBron James. This one is going to the high school world where people don't know Mikey Williams, who's like a phenom in the high school basketball scene right now. But he's also one of LeBron James's boys because he plays for LeBron's AAU team.
yeah.
Strive for Greatness. And that's where we first learned about the player that Mikey Williams is. Well, LeBron went to go check him out at a high school game, and he was giving him some words of wisdom, but he was getting into him like he was Bronny. And I loved it. I'm all for it. You got to show the boys some love. And, you know, that's what's so great about this generation, because you see that with Kevin Durant. I watch a lot of YouTube, so Kevin Durant has a series with Overtime where he watches tape with high school ballers and stuff. We see these kind of things where LeBron's, you know, not only there for his son, obviously there to see his son, but he cares a lot about the players on his AAU team and stuff like that, and it trickles over to high school basketball. So I love that because, you know, we come from the age where it's like, get your own, do your own thing.
Right.
And, you know, it's cool to see them give a little bit of a nudge to get them in the right direction. So shout out to LeBron and Mikey. Mikey having a great season this year.
What grade is he in now? Is he a junior or sophomore?
Yeah, he's not done yet. So he's either...
I thought he was a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a sophomore. It's only his second
year.
year.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's only his second year.
That's a solid boy. Like, that boy got a little, solid body on him. He has his little muscles and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Overall
protein
game.
powder these kids be taking.
Man, I don't understand. Well, he's on LeBron's team.
Somebody
so
said he's in 9th grade, so he's still
He's a freshman?
I feel like I've heard of him.
Are you sure? I thought he's...
Wait.
I don't know, because you start hearing about these guys when they're like in 7th
He's not
grade.
the same age as Bronny. I thought he was a year older than Bronny.
That's what I thought
Yeah,
too.
so did I.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, we'll
Vincent,
get fact
we
check.
don't know if Vincent's right either.
No,
Maybe you are, maybe we don't know.
We'll get a fact check in the
but
chat.
shout out to you anyway, Vincent, for
Thank
chiming
you.
in there, making
Yes.
us confused.
All right, well, either way. So then moving on, staying within the James family, we did talk about Bryce and Bronny doing their whole dance TikTok video earlier this week.
TikTok.
Well, this one was the IG video with the family. Well,
I thought it was cute.
It was a TikTok, but it doesn't matter. It was on IG.
It's TikTok because everyone puts their TikTok on IG.
Nobody's on
Nobody's on TikTok. So
Well,
maybe we should get rid of TikTok.
LeBron shared the family dance video on his IG, and it was dope. Like they all killed it. They're
Look
like,
at Zuri though.
that's what I'm saying. Zuri stole it, man.
Wait.
Swag. Yo.
That is right. Can I ask a question? Was that the Macarena?
I don't know what that is.
Right, it was like a swagged out Macarena, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the Macarena.
They swag out all the old school
Yeah,
dances,
that's what
though.
it is.
All
That's-
the old
You
Y'all
gotta
come up
recycle.
with your own new stuff.
Yeah,
All these
gotta
little kids
recycle.
are just taking some old, like,
Yeah, that new Ray
Yeah.
Man.
They won't know.
Speed
They don't know the
Ray Man.
internet, so
Right.
we'll steal this. They don't know what we're doing.
Zuri's a whole mood,
Little
though.
Brit
I
Songs
promise
and
you.
guys. Yeah,
She's
man.
a whole mood.
Zuri was swagging out from the beginning to the. Anyways, yeah. So shout out to the James family. Love that kind of stuff. And here we go. Ending the week with Pooh Harden,
Oh,
James
great.
Harden, whichever one you want to call. But this has nothing to do with Pooh. But he did get shit on by Tupac because just yesterday we were talking about.
Zoo, my boy Zoo.
Yeah, we were just talking about how he was, up for the challenge, talking about, fine, you want to listen to Giannis? I dare y'all to come at me and come at this defense. Well, Zoo did, and
I mean, to James Harden's point, Zoo was like 7-1.
oh,
So-
stop it! Look, Zoo came in there like he was just dunking with nobody there.
Or the whole house.
Look, the reaction from the Clippers bench
Like,
was relentless.
James Harden shouldn't even try that one.
That's what I'm saying.
Away.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
know
What
your
are you doing,
lane.
bro? You
Know
know what
your
you said.
lanes.
You know what you said
Like
just the day
Lamar
before.
said, stay in your lane.
Plus, he's the king of flop. I'd have played like my knee.
Oh,
God.
Where's my beard?
Well,
Where?
see, because everyone's been talking so much crap, he's actually trying now. So maybe he will,
Yeah, but you
go
gotta
up
know.
against the biggest guys.
What's that song? You gotta know when to hold him, know when to
I mean, he
fold
definitely
him.
should have stayed in his lane, but I commend you, James Harden, for trying.
That's good for
You tried the wrong one.
You tried it.
You can't try one of the best defensive teams in the league, period. You should have just set out that game, but whatever. I commend you for trying, because I need these players to start putting some action behind some stuff,
I'm just glad with the consistency, man. Start of the week, poo in your pants, and then end the week by getting pooed on. Like, go ahead, James. Do your thing, bro.
Bookends.
Oh my God.
Quotes today. One hitter quitter.
That is awesome. All right, so let's get to these WTF moments. The first one really isn't a WTF moment because I think we all expected Steph to come out and be very Steph-like, but I did love the shot. We're going to show you. We talked about this earlier, but one of his three-point shots. Besides the fact that he shoots it from deep, just look at
this one.
look at his face, look at his teammates.
Confidence.
This is just Clay's
feel
like,
that
okay,
joy.
man, you back? I see you.
I love that.
Just the joy in his face. I loved it. But, at the same time, I don't want to let y'all forget that he did miss an easy layup that would have given the Warriors the lead. I'm just saying.
Was it with his left hand?
I see what you did there.
Steph, I'm trying to help you out, bro. I'm trying to help you out, Steph.
It was an easy all by himself layup. But nonetheless, it was good to see Steph back. Did you guys see the game live?
I
had to watch
I watched half of it because I was busy doing stuff yesterday, but I watched half of it.
Yeah, I had
Watch
to
the
watch
second
the
quarter on.
playback because
I watched second and third quarter, and then once I saw it was going into OT, it was getting close at the end, I went back and watched. I watched it again because it was getting close. They were within 3 points, and I was like, oh, let me go back because it was late in the fourth quarter. So
no, it was just good to see, and I agree with all of you guys that say I know that some of us don't agree but I think Steph being back is good for the league. Just hands down.
Oh yeah, that's
in
I would never say
He just didn't
bad,
bring
but it's
the
just
life
I don't
back.
care. I think it's great for the Warriors, I guess, to have people go to their games again, but shame on you Warriors fans for not going in the first place. You should stay and be with your team, win or lose. You guys are super whack
because
for that.
Knicks are almost sold out every night.
Except for
the
Clippers
Utah
too.
game. Right.
Whether Clippers have been good or bad, Clippers have never come out of the second round in the Western Conference, and we still have fans always.
Right.
So
The Dub Nation's just been butthurt.
Yeah,
They can't even.
That's a privileged fan base. If we ain't winning, we ain't going.
I know.
Yeah, that's a privileged fan base, but whatever. But Cavs fans, on the other hand, they have not had that privilege at all post LeBron. They are a trash team, and I understand.
Thank you.
I understand the anger kind of manifest. We saw the Kentucky lady use a racial slur yesterday when she got mad. But Grandpa's got hands, so I'm just gonna say, look at this Grandpa at this Cavs game. Decide that the next shot, but look at his face though, Grandpa, did you hit me?
Yeah, I know.
Right. And he was just trying to protect the old lady that was sitting next to him.
Right. I'm trying to understand.
He came in swiftly too.
What could have
don't
possibly
hit
been?
nobody from the back.
That's
So
true.
look, I need you guys to do this when you guys are shooting these videos. You see the build up. Start shooting at the build up.
Beforehand.
I need to know what
Yes.
made Grandpa
The
go all
context.
handsy.
I know.
I agree.
What
I love how
happened?
the young guy though was just
I ain't gonna hit you because you're old, but did you just hit me?
but
Yeah.
turned out whoa, and then he's like, oh, he's old.
Yeah,
Right.
Because Grandpa put all his might
But
into that one.
but Grandpa, the way he leaned in, had he fallen over and busted a hip, then what?
He probably just got a hip replacement surgery
That's why he
recently,
felt
so he's like, I'm
confident.
good now. I can move now.
It's good to see the Cavaliers game get some action, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? I hate
Yeah.
that we're talking about the Cavs because of Grandpa, but Grandpa's like, I'm on team.
Yeah, I'm on team.
Most exciting thing that's happened.
I don't know why I did that voice. That was completely inappropriate. My apologies.
No, it was great. I like the
Let's
impression.
move on to Cheater, Pumpkin Eater. Everybody is upset now with this whole Houston Astros thing. They've been getting hit with balls, right? People been throwing balls at them and stuff. But the thing is, everybody cheats. I've been trying to tell y'all this.
Oh, Lord.
Everybody has been cheating in baseball since the dawn of baseball. And now, but look,
The
we have
longest sport currently running.
right, and everybody cheats. But Brian Harkins, who is the visiting clubhouse manager for the Los Angeles Angels, has been fired for cheating, but this is a special kind of cheating, though, because he apparently supplied visiting players with substance use to doctor baseballs, which is obviously in violation of the rules. He's been with the team for 30 years, but he's been providing illegal sticky substance for the visiting clubhouse to aid the pitchers in their abilities to grip the ball. This is not cheating. This is a disgruntled employee. He's clearly pissed off at his. Why would you do that for the opposing team?
Yeah.
Explain this to me.
Yeah,
What?
Well, I don't
WTF? Like, why would you, unless maybe you passed over for a raise a couple of times, you still on that salary that you got when you came in 30 years ago. Like, why would you do this?
Is he trying to make the other teams look bad?
Maybe he wants it to get too sticky to where it won't come out of their hands.
So it's like a cartoon, and they're like,
and then somebody says the other team's cheating, and then the other team gets in trouble instead of his team. I don't know. It's super weird.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
a
baseball's
weird
had
one,
like a
bro.
bunch of weird things. Like obviously everyone always, since the last couple seasons when home runs have just been literally out of this world,
Right.
out of the park, juiced in the balls, you know. So like that's been a thing that's just gone across. I know every baseball that comes to a team actually comes dirty because it helps them grip it a little bit more anyway.
Right.
But I guess they're just making it a little dirtier. I don't know.
I would love to hear from this guy though to find out why he did this.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think it's fine in a sense that he thinks it's okay because guess what? When you actually do cheat, you don't get in trouble for it. So until the commissioner decides to actually hold people accountable for cheating, then people are just going to continue to do this.
Well, AJ says baseball is boring as hell. It is until we talk about cheating. And
Yes.
then all of a sudden, it's interesting.
It is
Whoa,
interesting.
but Rick said, man, don't clown baseball like that, bro. Fight in the chat.
Right.
I mean-
no fights in the chat.
No,
We've seen
please,
that
don't
comes
fight,
out of the
don't
chat
fight, yeah,
sometime. Y'all be nice.
Don't fight.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Baseball
me.
really is so
Slow.
boring, though.
It is.
Which is what I was gonna say about the juiced balls. Like, I don't
That's
watch
why
baseball.
they made baseball.
But it's not.
That's why they juiced the balls. So
And that's what I'm saying. I don't watch baseball, but I wouldn't be totally against it though, because like that helps bring some.
I'm not against anything that makes baseball interesting.
Wait, so you're not against cheating? You said?
well,
No,
juicing
no.
the balls, I don't think is really cheating.
It's universal because both teams.
because
get the same-
everybody's
Right.
getting
Yeah.
the same balls. Yeah.
It's just up.
They're
the
just
rates
upping
of-
the level so there's
Yeah.
more home runs hit.
Exactly.
I think
I don't
going to
know.
a baseball game is great because you're there with your
I
friends.
concur with
Being in
that.
the atmosphere is fantastic, but watching it,
Yes, like on
That's-
TV.
yeah.
I know, I've been to Dodgers games. I
Yeah, and
enjoy
it's
those.
fun, right?
You get
Yeah.
a vegan Dodger dog. I like it.
vegan Dodger dog, that just sounds like so anticlimactic.
It is
But,
delicious. It's very exciting.
All right, so let's move on to some wrestling. Now, there is a wrestler by the name of Malcolm Jacob Friedman, better known as MJF. They had a promotional night for the wrestlers so fans could come out and meet their favorite wrestler. And MJF decided to flip off this 7-year-old straight to his face, which I thought was fantastic. Wait, look, there it is. There
Wow.
it is. Look at Dad, though. Dad's like, I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see it. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see it. And he just holds it there.
Yeah,
It's
what-
for a
what's that
picture.
gonna do?
What's
It's
the
for a-
motivation?
So here's the thing. So
Oh,
a lot of people,
got it.
a lot of people were dragging him like,
Got
how
it.
dare he flip off the 7-year-old kid? But I mean, if you guys watch wrestling, it's all about the character. It's all
Yeah.
about maintaining that personality. And he is a jerk. That's his
His
persona.
persona. Yeah.
So flipping off, there's nothing more jerky than flipping off a 7-year-old. And
I loved it. I had
I
no
thought it was
problem
cute.
with it.
And the
yeah.
7-year-old just like,
The 7-year-old's the one acting like a little
I read
square
that-
bear about it.
Right.
I
Like,
read that he was sad about it.
well, that's
He
his
was
really?
crying.
He shouldn't-
Yeah.
well,
he
look,
should
kid, make-
understand who he's taking a photo
right.
with.
Welcome to the world, kid. And that's the thing. I think let's not make him soft. You got flipped off. You didn't
Yeah.
get busted in the mouth. You're fine. Move on.
I think if I were the parent, and I'm gonna sound like the little like prissy one over here, but I would be bummed if someone did that to my kid. I would be
Oh,
mad.
Devin.
It's part of the
can't
show.
help it.
It's
And on
part
the
of the
other
show.
side, flipping my
That right
kid
back
off.
at him. like let's get these double feet. Right.
While smiling in the camera.
And Mom, why are you flipping me off?
I
Because
would tell my son, you flip him back off, too.
Right. That's what my mom used to say. Like when I used to come home and say somebody bullied me, she'd be like, "Well, what did you do?
Yeah.
Did
Go
you
bully
fight?
their
Did you
bug
fight
back.
back for yourself? Did you stand
Yeah.
up for yourself?" Now we got the whole
That's
families
funny.
going to school, getting. Y'all need to get better. But
I'm soft, I guess.
That's okay. That's okay. There's a
And I-
Kobe meme for you. You're
And
fine.
speaking of chat beefs, I want to square up a beef between me and Devin. I was
Yes.
not you, Devin. There's another Devin in the chat, Devin Nguyen, that said, "Yo, CK, what's up?" So I said, "Devin."
Okay.
So Devin thought I was on my. He's like,
Say.
"Did you just misspell my name?" name. So I wanted to clear up that beef.
I was feeling some real tension over there. Yes, thank you for Vincent for clearing that up, and Chris for letting us hash it out over the table.
Yeah. All right,
awesome.
cool.
So now it's time for Brit Takes. Oh, this is the time we reserve for curse words too. So.
Yeah, I don't have any today, and unfortunately, we are really low on time, so I'm going to try to get through this as quick as I can. So Arizona State House, so you guys know the House and the Senate, just in case some of you guys don't know, just passed a new bill yesterday that would ban transgender female athletes from participating in school sports. Now, it's part of this, the whole thing came early February. It's called Save Women's Sports Act. They're saying this, that biological difference between males and females from lung capacity, muscle mass, and testosterone levels gives men an undeniable physical advantage over women in sports. Now, this bill would actually apply K through 12 all the way to universities and community colleges as well. The current policy right now is that transgender athletes can compete in the manner that consists with whatever gender they identify with. But a lot of people obviously are saying that's not fair because the current rules for NCAA is 1 year that they have to take testosterone. They don't have to have any physical changes to their body or anything, just 1 year of testosterone. So a lot of parents have been complaining that, well, now scholarships that would have went to a female athlete are now going to a transgendered female athlete because they are playing at a higher level. Right. And it's literally those people can then turn around one day and say, actually, I don't want to be trans anymore. I just was getting my scholarship or whatever the case, because they don't actually have to have the surgery and get their genitals changed or whatever. So a representative for Arizona said, today is a sad day for Arizona. After almost 6 hours of debate, an anti-trans bill was passed in the House. 2706 is not pro-women, and it is bad for AZ and bad for business. He also went on to say hashtag trans girls are girls. Now, currently, the Olympic has something in place where since 2004, you can be trans and compete in that in the Olympics in whatever thing you do, but you actually have to have already had the gender reassignment surgery. You must have legal recognition that you have assigned a new gender, and then you must be 2 years on hormone therapy. So this is like literally one of the craziest battles that's currently going on with transgenders and with sports, because I'm so empathetic to both sides. I understand both sides, because if you're saying somebody who believes that they should be female can't now compete as a female in a sport, but then you're taking away scholarships from people that were born female, because there are, like they said, the lung capacity is different in men and women, even if you are taking the pills or whatever, the testosterone and stuff. It's just like such a fine line of like, how do you do whatever? I personally think there maybe should just be a whole nother
trans league.
I
Yes. agree.
I think that's like probably the best way to combat it right now. Obviously, this hasn't been put into law just yet. The House approved it, but they have to wait on the Senate, which will now go to vote for it. But it's like, I mean, I recently did a story on this last year about this, because there were several students that were running track, and they were the male to female trans athletes were literally beating them by like 10 seconds, like crazy amount of time. And in high school, you don't actually have to take any medication or take any testosterone stuff, so you are getting a scholarship without even having to take anything. Then once you get to college, you only have to take it for a year before you're eligible to compete in college. So it's like, it's really crazy, because then it's like you go into the early stages of like, well, now these kids aren't getting these scholarships because there's no rules yet in high school, and they can just, like, you could just put your hair in a ponytail and say, I want to compete as a female, and legally they have to let you, you know?
Because there's sick people out there that would abuse that.
And that's originally why the Olympics made it into law, because somebody was trying to compete as a female and not have, and just do it because they want their country to win and whatever, so they're trying to compete as females, and then they would just go back to being males after. It was like this whole like controversy thing, I think early 1990s or whatever with the Olympics. So that's why they did say you actually had to have the reassignment surgery, but then you also can't tell a 14-year-old child that they have to have that too. So it is the most. I feel for both sides.
I agree with the bill, and I know that's probably not the most politically correct thing to say. I agree with the bill because I don't think that your biology is not changing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so since your biology is not changing, you need to compete in the sport where you were biologically assigned to. At the same time, I think it's an easy fix. I think we have a NBA, we have a WNBA. What's wrong with having trans? You know what I mean?
Is there enough?
Well, the thing is, though, is that I mean, at one point there was a black league until we figure out how to integrate this properly and to make it fair. Then we need it needs to be separate because it's just right now there is an advantage whether people want to own it and admit it or not. There is an advantage,
and that's not saying that girls can't beat a guy,
right? Because there was a girl that just beat in wrestling that legit beat a boy. Yeah. So it's possible, but until we figure out how to navigate that, because right now there's biological differences that are not going to go away just because that's what you identify with. Right. And so until we figure out how to navigate that, it needs to be separate. And I just don't see how else that's going to work. And there's scholarships based on your nationality, your gender. I don't see why there can't be transgender scholarships. It seems like a relatively easy fix to me. But until it is fixed, I do think it needs to be separate.
I feel like it's a sad thing because trans people already feel a sense of alienation and likely oppression. And so for this to kind of go into effect and bar them from being able to participate in sports that they love and they want to be a part of and they've practiced for and trained for probably their whole lives, it is sad. But obviously there's two sides to every issue. You can see that. We've addressed that. But ultimately, I don't really know where I stand. I just want everybody to feel included. And
one person said, just make one league for all genders. I just don't want to see LeBron playing with girls. I know that sounds bad, but I don't.
It might be interesting if there was like maybe not the main league, but something else.
Like a side league.
Yeah, it could be kind of cool.
Because they do have, I mean, you don't see it like a whole lot, but like even just like not at a professional level, but there's tons of softball leagues and whatever, basketball leagues that are males and females combined or whatever. But at a professional level, I think that's when it gets complicated.
It's a tough one.
Something to think about for sure.
We're ending this live on a bit of a
controversial
note. But
another bridge tape.
Let us know what you think in the comments below, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell, hit that thumbs up button. We'll be back tomorrow with the Weekend Zone and on Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. See you then.
Have a good weekend. Go Clippers! No!